Yeah, so we're about to go out there, lift some Lincoln logs, big version.
This is Tim. He's a buddy who's been helping out with little bits and pieces here and there. He's always down to drink, always down to smoke, and he is always down to work and get some work done. So we're gonna go up and we're gonna finish. Today, the job is to finish, tell him, Tim, we're gonna finish, say it together, finish the log moving from one place to another.
Alright, so I think it was 2 days ago, this is about half it's about half of what it was. We moved all of those over. It was about like 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour.
We've been stacking them up on this bad boy and then taking them over pile by pile, and it's been a lot quicker than what it would have been. So watch us do that for a little while, and then we'll have some fun afterwards. Okay, so we got the pile cleaned up.
You better go back up there.
The next part of the job is to mark out the corners and to square up the corners with ropes and then paint it all down. I'm gonna try to square up at least one corner this evening. I've got these two bozos over here who are helping a lot. They're helping. So what we're going to do is try to line this up for you. You can watch, but that's the last thing until we start digging, is to really line it up and make sure we have our square or our rectangle of our house, the foundation completely painted out. This is the first fall day that we've had. It's like 60 some degrees, 65 degrees and windy, and I saw a bunch of leaves falling today. That excites the crap out of me. Fall is coming all over the place. Squaring up our corners. Tim, he's holding it nice and taut. Just, he's holding it nice and taut. This is what we're gonna do. We are going to use our Pythagorean theorem here, just like I learned and never forgot in high school. You can do it a couple different ways, but the easiest or the simplest is 3, 4, and 5, because all of those are like squareable to a normal number. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and then you get a perfect right angle. So what we have to do is have a 3 and a 4. Okay, so I forgot to mention this the other day, folks, but we have a gracious friend. His name is Mark, and he was gracious enough to let us use his backhoe for free, for nothing, right? What I'm planning on doing is digging our foundation with this, digging our footers, because we're gonna have a concrete slab on a footer. And so really we just need to kind of do like a trench, like a rectangular moat with a little bit of scrapage on the island in the middle, throw some gravel in it, pour the footers. It's not gonna be that bad. So I got on it the other day. This thing is like riding on a rodeo clown. It is so crazy. The brakes don't work, it's rusty, the chair is falling off, the fuel tank is all rusty and it clogs up everything. So he's just got this fuel tank here rigged up on top, connected straight to the pump. You have to kind of mess with the battery each time you turn it on, But listen, this thing's from like 1972. This thing is lightning fast. This thing is lightning clear. This thing weighs a whopping 950,000 grand. And let me tell you, it runs fast. This thing runs like boom, baby. This thing is like driving down the road. You feel like a boom. You'll feel like you're just like Arnold Swayze. Boom. So anyway, as long as I can like make sure that I got my foot on the clutch and that I don't run anybody over or run into anything or knock a tree down on myself, this thing is great. So I think it'll get the job done just fine, and I'm not gonna worry about it. However, we're gonna be very strict and very serious about staying out of the kill zone here whenever this thing is up and running. This place is toad heaven. I feel like the toad sage. There's one, there's two, there's three. They're all jumping around. We've got toads galore up in this wood stack. I feel like these episodes, you guys just might want to not really worry about what's actually happening, but just enjoy the montages. Just enjoy the music and jam to it. You groove, you lose kind of thing. So it got dark last night before I could finish, so we're waking up today and heading up to finish the job we started yesterday. Except this time I've got my wife and my son.
Look how small it is.
This is Tom and Snowflake. Snowball. We're trying rabbits out. This is our first time doing rabbits. I don't think, Courtney, have you ever had rabbits?
Yeah, I've had a rabbit before.
I've never had a rabbit before. So we're giving it a try. We're gonna breed these two and get a couple more cages and see if we can't get a little rabbit operation started. We'll probably get a second female, a second doe sometime soon. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not until spring or something like that. But we'll try our hand at this. I think they're gonna be meat rabbits because there's no easier way to get protein in the fridge, apparently, protein in the freezer, than just feeding these guys, because they eat hay and just like clover and table scraps of certain types, and they're pretty easy to maintain, and it's a lot of meat. It's like a chicken. It's like a chicken's worth of meat, and it's not bad tasting or really different. It's really chewy and good. So we've already got a bunch of poop down here. Like, we've only had them for 2 days, and there's already this delicious golden brown appetizing little Cocoa Puffs down here. And apparently rabbit poop is the best poop that you can have. Some of the best poop, because it can go straight on a garden, whereas like chicken poop and other types of poop have to like sit and compost and all of that, you know, continue to degrade for a while before it's like ready for garden use or as manure. But rabbit poop, you can just throw it right on. So I think we're gonna get a collection. Honestly, this doesn't look bad how it is. We were thinking about getting pans, but honestly it kind of collects there really well. We've just put mulch down, and you could easily just get a shovel in and shovel out that stuff. And we've got, you know, overhead, these guys are completely covered, so it's not gonna get rainy or anything or snowy over the winter. But yeah, we'll see how the operation goes, and then maybe we'll be able to have some rabbit slaughters soon and film them. wanted to say last night before it got too dark is that all of this, everything I'm doing, is in almost a sort of rebellion against the status quo of today, right? Most people, and I'm not ragging on you, I'm not razzing on you, I'm not busting your nuts, but what I am doing is saying that objectively it is better for a man and a woman and a child to be forging their own path and working with their hands and doing their own thing and striving to do things kind of like the hard way, right? Because almost always, or pretty much always, the hard way is better, right? The long route, the narrow path, if you will, is going to lead you to life and to a better life and to satisfaction and to all of these things that you don't quite squeeze out of a life of sitting on the couch and your evenings being TV time and your mornings being like rushing out of the house and stuff like that. So while I have a day job, something about all of this is leading me to a life that's a little bit more connected to my survival. There's a big motivation inside of me, a fire inside me to be as closely connected to the food that I eat as possible. Also, just to have the experience, This life is kind of just like a big game when you think about it. The Lord provides you with a certain lot that you get to do stuff with, right? He might give you 1 talent, he might give you 5 talents, he might give you 10 talents. And whatever you get, you're supposed to just kind of like go out and do your best with it. Even if you screw up, and even if it's really difficult, and even if you suffer because of it, and even if all of these things, that's a better life than playing it safe. That's a better life than burying your talent. So go read that right now if you can. I'll pull the citation up on screen here because I don't have it off the top of my head. I want to say it's in at least one of the Gospels, probably 2 or 3. But let's just say Matthew. It's probably in Matthew, and it's probably in like Matthew 8. Matthew 8. How about that? This is the narrow path enjoyer, enjoying the narrow path.